welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shafick. I am a doctor here in Honduras, and for the ones who don't know where that is, it's located pretty much in the heart of Central America. If you have heard of Guatemala, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, it's pretty much right in between there. So yeah, I went to medical school here, I finished my degree, and now I'm working as a doctor here in the outpatient clinic and also in the A&E setting. And I wanted to record this video because I wanted to let you know what are my thoughts regarding using PLABABLE as my only platform or source, if you want to call it like that, to be able to study for my PLAB 1 examination. I'm not going to go into depth of what are the PLAB examinations. If you're here, you pretty much know what are these exams, but just basically you have to take 2 exams to be able to become a licensed doctor to work in the United Kingdom, which are PLAB 1 and PLAB 2. PLAB 1 is a written 3-hour exam, 180 questions, pretty much 1 minute per question. And then the PLAB 2 is an OSCE type examination with 16 clinical stations, which I'm thinking that in about 6 months in June. And I took my PLAB 1 about 2 months ago in November, and I got my results about 6 weeks later, and fortunately I did pass my PLAB 1, which is the reason why I'm creating this video. Of course, if I wouldn't have passed my exam, I wouldn't be doing this video. But let's go right into it. So first of all, what was my approach to the exam? Once again, since I graduated and I'm a doctor, I've been practicing medicine, which makes it a little bit easier to be able to approach the PLAB because I have been currently studying my day-to-day because I'm seeing patients in clinic, I'm managing patients that come to our emergency department, I go into the operating room, so I have a lot of exposure, which definitely helped me in my preparation for the exam. Now, putting that aside, I decided I wanted to only study with one platform, and I got pretty overwhelmed when I registered for my PLAB 1 because there were so many resources there online, and you can find them. You can read all these Reddit posts and find Twitter threads, and you'll see that people recommend PLAB keys, med revisions, you have PLABABLE, you have this academy, this other academy. Other people tells you, no, you just need to study from the Oxford Handbooks of Medicine. You only need up to date. So I'm going to tell you my strategy and whether I feel it was enough or not for my exam. So my full preparation started about 6 months before the exam. I started doing some question banks since before that, but it was like nothing serious towards the exam. It was all unscrambled. I didn't have any agenda or calendar or a specific way how I was approaching every single topic. So in terms of cost benefit, I decided that PLABABLE was a good suit for me. If I'm not wrong, I paid about £35 for a 5-month membership, which granted me access to the question banks. They have a little bit more than 3,500 questions. It also gave me access to their study guides. So every time I wanted to study, let's say about pneumonia, they had specific guidelines where I would read, and they do updates to them pretty often. And one of their main sources are the Oxford Handbooks and of course the NICE guidelines and other clinical guidelines from the UK. So they're pretty good resources where to study from. And I decided I also wanted to pay for something called PLABABLE Gems, which is like very high yield topics in the format of a card. So let's say I want to know everything about ABGs. They have a card for ABGs and how to interpret them, how to know if a patient is in acidosis, how to know if a patient is in alkalosis. So what I did first was I grabbed my calendar and I decided I wanted to study at least 4 days a week. And my goal was to do at least 50 questions, from 40 to 50 questions on those days. This was going to take about 1 hour, just answering questions. But then it's going to take at least an additional 1 hour to be able to review these questions, because it doesn't matter if you're doing questions every single day. If you do 300 questions on a single day, if you're not going to go over them and see what did you do wrong, what did you miss, what specific clincher was going to help you answer better this specific case. So for me, it really did a difference whenever I would sit down after answering my question banks and start analyzing what I did wrong, what I did right, and take notes about that. So when I mentioned doing an agenda or doing a calendar, I'm talking about something like this you're going to be seeing in your screens. Let's say you choose Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays to study, and you say, okay, I'm going to do 30 questions of anesthesiology, I'm going to do 30 questions of OB-GYN, and I'm going to do 30 questions of peds. And one by one, I'm going to start tackling all these topics until I don't have any questions left of the question banks. So that's the goal number 1. Finish all the question banks together with the study guides before starting to do mocks. What are mocks? So a mock exam, it pretty much simulates how the real PLAB 1 is going to happen. It's going to give you about 3 hours for you to finish 180 questions. You will not see the answers immediately until you finish your exam. Then you're going to be able to review one by one. So my approach was finish the question banks, then start doing the mock examinations included in the platform. Like, it's already included in the membership that you paid, and they have about 18 mocks. If I'm not wrong, I did about maybe 8 mocks. And my first mock, I got like, it was horrible. I got like maybe 80 questions, and I needed 115 or 120 marks to be able to pass my exam. So it really horrible. The good thing about doing a mock exam is that I was able to visualize what were my weaknesses in order to improve on those specific areas. So when I did my second mock exam, which was about 2 weeks after that, I already had tackled different topics, and I elevated my score from 80 to maybe 100 or 100 something. So I was improving, and it was just giving that, waiting 2 weeks between mocks, doing a new mock, studying, analyzing, repeating, doing more questions and study guides, and then taking another mock until my marks were about 130, 140 marks out of 180 questions. So first question banks, then doing the mocks. The third key of what helped me a lot was going into the 4-day course that the PLABABLE team was offering. So if I'm not wrong, this cost at about 130 pounds. And it included a 3-day study guides, and they had all these attendings giving their highlights, giving their high yield topics, giving their clinchers on every specific area. So you had Dr. C, for example, talking about pediatrics. You had Dr. Adam talking about cardiology, talking about how to interpret EKGs. You had this whole group of very intelligent people telling us or giving us their knowledge on, okay, if you see this on a question or in a specific case, you need to start thinking about this. Or if you see this, you need to take off your differentials, this. So it was pretty good. They give us a lot of knowledge that I hadn't gotten before just from using their platform, and I was able to take a lot of notes. And what made it really interesting is that you're in this very big WhatsApp group if you want to join. In my group, there were about 900 other doctors from around the world that paid for the 4-day course, and they would send their specific tips on how they would remember certain things or what things they thought were important and that maybe I didn't think they were important. And especially this 4-day course provided me with some very nice skills on genetics and also on epidemiology. I'm going to give it to the 4-day course. If I hadn't learned anything besides the genetics and the epidemiology tips, I would still be highly grateful, and I would still pay for it again, just because of this specific tips and clinchers. And now, what was the fourth and most important thing? It's doing the big mocks. So, you know, the PLABABLE platform already had all these mocks that you can be doing. Well, you can also pay for a big mock, which is a simulation of the exam. It's still 180 questions. You still have only 3 hours, but they're way harder than the normal mocks. They come closer to what the real experience of the PLAB one was for me. When you pay for this 4-day preparatory course, you already get included a big mock, but I decided to pay for other 3 big mocks. So in total, I did about 8 normal mocks, and then I also did 4 big mocks, which are the ones that helped me finish tuning all these small little details for me to be able to ace my PLAB 1. So when I went there and I did my exam in London, when I sat there and I saw my exam, like it's a physical exam, you get a paper and you get a booklet with all the questions, I was not surprised by any single question. I wasn't surprised by any scenario or by any topic, because I think I had addressed every single topic that was being asked to me. I had already studied on this 6 months prior to the exam. Now, I've been talking about studying for 6 months, and maybe you have the question, wow, that's a lot of time. Do you think I can ace my exam in 3 months or maybe in just 1 month? Well, it's not ideal, but I think you can if you're not working full-time. And in my case, I was working full-time, so it was not going to give me the amount of time and energy to be able to study, which is why I started my preparation 6 months before. However, if you can take a break from your job or from any other duties that you're taking at your home, then yes, you can ace your exam even in 2 months. But you would need to go in a very intensive mode, and you would need to be doing at least 100 questions a day and reviewing these questions. Once again, please remember, this is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you're doing 1,000 questions in a single day. Doing questions helps you understand how they ask things and helps you understand how to read specific things, but they're not giving you feedback on your knowledge if you don't analyze why your answer was wrong, why your answer was right, and the other options were wrong. And that's the most important thing to do in your preparation, the analysis of what you're doing right in your answers and what you're doing wrong. Now, if you follow these 4 things that the PLABABLE platform gives you, which is question banks, study guides, gems, and also mocks, including the big mocks, then I think PLABABLE is the only platform you will need to say. And now I have a special surprise for you. I got in touch with Dr. C, which is the founder of PLABABLE, and I told him that I wanted to do this video to guide other doctors around the world, not only in my region, which is the Latin American region. So together with Dr. C and the rest of the PLABABLE team, we're going to give away 2 3-month memberships together with the PLAB Gems inclusion to 2 lucky people from the ones who are watching this video. So, since the moment this video goes live, you will have approximately 2 weeks to leave a comment down here on how getting a PLABABLE membership would help you prepare better for your PLAB 1. You only have to leave that comment on this video, and randomly in about 2 weeks, we will choose a winner together with the PLABABLE team. And we will get in touch with you, we will send you an email, they'll grant your email account access to 3 months of the PLABABLE platform together with the PLAB Gem so that you can start preparing better for your PLAB 1 examination. If you have any questions, any comments, any doubts, please don't mind getting in touch with me, getting in touch with the PLABABLE team. You have their socials down here in the description. You have my social media down here in the description. And if you guys understand Spanish and you want to see the rest of my videos, then you can find them here on my channel. If not, I'll try to create some more videos in English related to the PLAB 1 preparation. So just be tuned, hit the subscribe button, turn on the alerts for the videos of the channel, and see you guys around. Please take care and best of luck in your examination. Bye-bye.